Hi, this is Save with Crypto here. This is my channel. It's called Save with Crypto. My name is Save with Crypto. Please do like, subscribe, all that good stuff because I do good stuff. Okay, now what I've been doing recently is I've been trying out a few live streams, and I did the first few on my own, and then I did this one on Friday with a guy in Australia called the Imagine Project, and his views about the market, about trading, and also an indicator that he's developed were all really fantastic. And I do strongly suggest that you go over to my channel, check out the live tab, and go and find this live stream and watch it, because there are some really good bits of information in there. Now, I'm actually going to replay part of it because I think that's very important today, because today is Sunday. And, you know, a lot of people have different views about the weekends. Weekends are certainly different, I'll give you that. And last Sunday we saw a massive great pump, and then last Monday we saw a massive great dump. And the Imagine project had something interesting to say about that. So let's have a listen.
Something that I learned and observed, and it was a repeating pattern, was weekend trading. A lot of people believe that the weekend trades have no volatility, no volume. I've actually noticed that there is an incredible amount of manipulation and activity on the weekends. So I'm not sure if everyone realizes, but on Sunday, the Saudi Arabian market in Riyadh and the Dubai market is open as well. So they are actually open markets. Saturday is an interesting day. It doesn't actually shut because on the Saturday, my time, the New York session goes through right through till 5 a.m., which cuts into the Saturday. And then obviously all markets close, but crypto keeps going. So I think it's a bit of a fallacy that people think that the markets just slow down on weekends. And something I wanted to discuss, and it's always better when I've got someone to discuss it with, but I'm not sure if everyone's noticed, and please put in the chat, that on Mondays and consistently since probably about, I'd say April last year, Mondays can be extremely, extremely volatile and often to the downside. And it seems to be a complacency that builds up over the weekend, and then the Monday hits. So I first started noticing it really heavily on, I believe, November, I think it was the 12th. So Trump got elected on the 5th of November. And the first time I noticed it, so this is the daily Bitcoin. Where are we? So the 4th, 5th, and that was the 11th. No, that wasn't the one. So here it is here. Yeah. So this is on the daily. So the first time I noticed it was this day here, which was the 25th of November on that run up. And then I noticed consistently that we'd have these weekends where the price would just float up, and then we'd have Mondays where we'd get absolutely crushed. And I noticed a lot of people were just getting crushed on the Monday because there was a complacency leading in. So I started becoming very, very defensive on Mondays. Yeah, exactly. If I've gone back through the data and looked at the Mondays, all the big liquidation days in the last 4 months have been on Mondays. There was 1 week where we had a delayed Monday. I think it was just prior to the new year or just after the new year, where the Monday delayed to the Wednesday. And I believe we had on that day, on that delay, we had the biggest single day liquidation in crypto margin trading history. And I think that was, there was an amount. Can you remember what that news event was? There was something big. I think, yeah, that's right. It coincided with the Bank of Japan raising its interest rates. And I think it had something to do with a lot of activity in the Gaza war. So there was also another form of macro manipulation going on, is that the weekends were producing quite a lot of news about Gaza bombings, etc., and it had often hit the price action on the Monday. So the reason why I'm talking about Mondays is about a trading strategy that I've developed, which is about avoiding heavily volatile days. And I quite often, after Asian Open, which is 8 a.m. my time, or the new weekly candle open, I'll often give myself the morning to trade. So the first 4 hours at 8 a.m. till lunchtime, and I'll trade that move in that morning, and then I won't trade after that on the Monday, because when that volatility increases, I think it's just lucky dip, and I find it's almost gambling. So yeah, fine, I could just go short, and would have made a lot of money doing that, but I decided to get defensive and go safe.
Okay, so at this point, what Imagine did was he talked about last weekend as an example. That was the weekend when there was the Trump pump and then the dump on the Monday.
The Sunday, this weekend move was huge, right? And I'm pretty sure if you're in the chat there, but a lot of people got really bullish this weekend, right? On this weekend just gone. The social medias, the influencers, etc. If everyone remembers, we're getting pretty excited. So we had this run up, and sorry, I'll go down to the 8-hour charts. If you remember this weekend, all of a sudden, influencers, social media were going extremely bullish, and the FOMO was kicking in. So this is that Friday dump. I think that was non-farm payrolls here. And then we had the pushback up and the dump. And then we had that Sunday that just went crazy. So that's when the news feed came through that the Americans had decided to go ahead with the crypto reserve and listed Bitcoin and I think 4 other altcoins that will go into the reserve. So this drove this incredible price action. So this was the Sunday. And from that Friday drop, that whole move was, let's call that a 22% move on Bitcoin. And as everyone knows, that's a huge move in any market. But I mean, Bitcoin, that's a huge move. This isn't a meme coin. So that got a lot of people excited. I was one of them, but I did take a long, and I made money on that long. But I got out. I didn't take the whole move. I got probably about half of the move, and then I got out of the way. But I know a lot of the altcoins started going pretty nuts. So if we look at the total 3 in that, if you see that, that's the total 3 chart. It went nuts, which means a lot of leverage came into the system. A lot of people went risk on, and all the influencers are saying that Bitcoin's, this is it. The next run, meme coins are going to go nuts, and everyone got trapped. And then the Monday came, and so this Monday has been happening for months. Right? It's been happening for months. It's at least 6 months, but in particular in the last 3 to 4 months, these Mondays have been brutal, absolutely brutal. And if anyone out there has been trading these Mondays and has been losing money, I recommend go do a trade review and look through all your biggest losing trades. And I can almost guarantee they've come on this Sunday complacency into Monday. And trading takes a lot of honesty because it's about keeping your losses small. That's the most important thing about trading, is mitigating your losses. And if you can do that, the wins will come. But I've done a lot of trade reviews, and my biggest losses were going long on a Monday. So I stopped going long on a Monday, and I started taking shorts. But I'm just taking small moves. I'm using most of my margin, but taking small moves and taking small wins. So I guess the topic that I'm sort of trying to encapsulate is that when things are really volatile, reduce volatility. So when things get volatile and things are moving and there's big news events, I only trade Bitcoin and I only trade big caps, which is 1.5 billion, 2 billion plus. I am very careful with my stop loss, and I never try to catch the top or the bottom, depending on which direction I'm going. But I wait till the move is established, and I'll take a win. Right? I just take a win. I'm not worried about missing out on another 30 or 40% win. I just take the win, I close it down, and then I get out of the way of the market, because this is the most volatile period of every trading week, the Sunday transition into the Monday.
Okay, so I think you'll agree that was a brilliant bit of insight into weekend trading from the Imagine project. The Imagine project has his own YouTube channel. I'll leave a link to that down in the description below. While you're down there, you will find links to other things as well, which will save you money and give you free money as well. So please do check that out. Okay, so what are we to expect then? Because it's Sunday now, it's coming up to midday. I think what we should probably be looking at is the CME close from Friday, which was at 86,430. Okay, so I'm going to just mark that on my chart. Okay, so that's the level there. So I think it's quite feasible. We could see some sort of move up to fill the CME gap tonight, and then a Monday dump. After that, I haven't a clue. So bearing in mind what the Imagine project said, I think something like that is quite feasible. How far we go down today before we go up tonight, I don't know. But all I'm saying is be prepared for that kind of volatility. I'm actually staying out of the market for the next 24 hours or so because I just don't know what's going to happen. But if you do want to trade, please do check out the links to various exchanges in the description down below. Okay, I really enjoyed having the Imagine project on Friday, and I think the idea of collaborations is really good. If anybody else wants to do a similar thing with me, please do get in touch. The best way to do that is probably by Telegram or a direct message on Twitter. You'll find links to all that in the description down below. So I'm just going to say enjoy your Sunday. Don't trade too mad. The market is pretty wild at the moment. But I would appreciate if you gave the video a big fat like, and any questions leave them in the comments down below. While you're down there, please do make sure you are subscribed and you've got the notifications set on all. And above all, tell your friends.
Save with Crypto has to be one of the best YouTube channels that the United States has ever seen. Kamala Harris is not a subscriber, but I am. I have notifications set to all as well. I'd strongly suggest you subscribe to Save with Crypto today. Above all, you should tell your friends.
Save with Crypto is not a financial advisor. He just makes ice cream on the internet. If you cannot find someone to do your own research, you must do it yourself, just like I did not.